The Union and Red Bulls, two teams with a lot of history and even more bad blood. These two geographic rivals have had no shortage of flashpoints before, and you can bet tensions will be high once again. Philly and New York clash for the first time this season, coming up next on PHL 17. Winners of two straight, the Philadelphia Union look to continue their ascension in the East as the club visits Red Bull Arena in Harrison, New Jersey for the first of two meetings against the rival New York Red Bulls. From our studios in Philadelphia, welcome to Philadelphia Union Soccer with Marissa Pella. I'm Dave Leno. This is the start of 3 games in 8 days as the Union square off against the Red Bulls. Winners of 4 straight. This is arguably one of the best pressing teams in MLS. In fact, they have a ton of depth of scoring. 10 different goal scorers for Jesse Marsh's unit as the Union looked to build off of a thrashing 4-1 victory over RSL last week.
It was their first back-to-back wins of the season, a game that featured 4 different goal scorers on the night. Marcus Epps got things going early on. He kept such great pace with Fafa Picault on that opposite wing in order to time his run perfectly into the box. That was such a great goal. He set up a new career high, contributing to 3 goals on the night. But Bork Dochkow hooking up so nicely with Alejandro Bedoya. The comfortability level is just right there with Dochkow and his teammates. And then in the second half, 10 minutes after conceding a goal, Ilsinho patiently waiting in the box, able to just tap it right past the goalkeeper.
The Wings were very proactive, getting in behind RSL's outside backs, not to mention the Union were very clinical in the final third. You'll see Ilsinho will find Rosenberry, who is calling for it. That is his first goal of the year, the third in his career, to give the Union that 4-1 win, their second consecutive last week. And with more for this matchup, we send it over to the men calling tonight's match, JP Dellacamera and Tommy Smith.
Thank you, Dave. Well, Tommy, 2 wins in a row. How do they make it 3 straight against a very good New York Red Bull side?
Well, you know, each of those wins was a combined team effort. They played as a team. They played for one another. They got to do the same tonight. If they do, they should be in good shape.
To bypass the front 2 lines for the Red Bulls, the Union will have to play a lot of long balls, not those short passes, because the Red Bulls want to pin the Union in here. So you got to play those 15 to 20 yards balls. As you said, utilize the speed on the wings to Epps and Pico. Epps with 2 golden opportunities in this matchup, but you also have to get runners centrally. You're not seeing a lot of overlaps in this matchup by Rosenberry and Epps. That's because they need to help out Trusty and McKenzie in this one to center on Bradley Wright Phillips, who has had some multiple opportunities to cash in, but the Union are doing an excellent job in the back. That must continue in half number 2. They just got to get more space in this one, Marissa, to deliver and finally capitalize.
And we've seen the midfield utilize their wings really well. Bork Dochkow hitting those guys on the wings very nicely throughout the game.
When we return, we'll have first half highlights and stats as we are scoreless at Red Bull Arena between the Union and Red Bull. Let's take a look at the full game highlights from this one. Multiple opportunities for each club from the outset. The giveaway here by the Union in the 13th minute leads to a chance here by Royer, goes off of Trusty, and the Kaku shot is robbed there by Andre Blake. Blake had to make some timely saves in half number 1 as well. Continue for the Red Bulls here with Royer. He was very dominant with that through ball to Bradley Wright Phillips. The Union did a good job pushing BWP out wide, and he misses that near post. Awesome defending all night long by the 19-year-olds Trusty and Mark McKenzie. But the Union had to play these long balls here to beat the press. Early chance for Epps there, but it's off the line by Tim Parker. Parker read this beautifully. See, Merritt came out, and Parker heads it out of harm's way for the Red Bulls. But watch these long balls again. That through ball by Bork Dochkow. Open space again for Marcus Epps. He gets behind Lawrence here, but you see Merritt comes out big, making his second consecutive start in place for Robles, and Epps was robbed for the second time in this matchup. Now in the 32nd minute, Royer played this through ball in, and BWP looked like he had the goal. Austin Trusty was right on this, and the AR had it. He was offside by about a yard, so the goal was nullified there for Bradley Wright Phillips and the Red Bulls, and it went to halftime with a scoreless result. In half number 2, Marissa, the Union had some opportunities. The 23rd meeting between the Union and Red Bulls results in a scoreless draw in Harrison, New Jersey. Back Back inside our studios in Philadelphia with Marissa Pella, I'm Dave Leno. So this stretch of 3 games in 8 days continues. The Union will return home to Chester to square off against the Chicago Fire, who last year finished 3rd in the Eastern Conference standings after not making the playoffs in 2015 and 2016. Veljko Paunovic has done a remarkable job with Chicago.
They had quite the turnaround last season. This season